Manchester City will be looking to draw on their cup form when they host League One side Burton Albion in the semi-final first leg of the Carabao Cup on Wednesday night. The Blues, who face Burton as holders of the Carabao Cup, put 7 unanswered goals past Rotherham in the FA Cup at the weekend to earn a fourth-round meeting with Burnley. Pep Guardiola named a strong side against Rotherham and looks set to do the same against Burton at the Etihad. "We want to become a top club. You cannot drop any competition," the City boss, who oversaw the Blues win against Arsenal in last season's final, said. "I don't know how far we are going to go because maybe not playing the Carabao Cup would be easier for our recovery, but we are going to play the next game like a final." Our writers have looked at how Guardiola could shape his starting 11, and you can do so too using the selector widget at the foot of the page. Stuart Brennan: "The temptation is to go strong and get the tie over and done with, especially with the Wolves game still another 5 days away. He went fairly weak last season and ended up scrambling over the line against Bristol City. Fernandinho needs to be wrapped in cotton wool, but there is no reason not to play Kevin De Bruyne and David Silva, which would also save Bernardo Silva. Leroy Sane and Sergio Aguero can also start, with Raheem Sterling on the bench, more than enough firepower to settle the tie in the first leg." Stu's 11, Muric, Walker, Company, Laporte, Delph, Gundogan, De Bruyne, Silva, Mahrez, Aguero, Sane. Liam Corliss: "Of all the managers in the country, Guardiola is perhaps best equipped to rotate his squad with frequency, given just how strong his backup players are. I expect him to ring the changes once more against Burton." Errol Muric has impressed in the League Cup this season and should start after Ederson played against Rotherham on Sunday. In front of Muric, Fabian Delph could return at left-back after his suspension ended, while John Stones could do with a rest, and Kyle Walker was unconvincing in the FA Cup, despite Pep Guardiola's insistence after the match that it was the right-back's best performance of the season. Ilkay Gundogan was wonderful to watch at the weekend and should retain his place ahead of Fernandinho, who Guardiola must wrap in cotton wool for bigger tests ahead. City's boss intimated Phil Foden would have another opportunity against Burton after scoring against Rotherham, while Gabriel Jesus needs to be given another opportunity to emerge from his slump after his horror FA Cup showing. Brain Nigel Clough has admitted that even a team full of City's youngsters should be beating Burton, so Pep Guardiola can afford to give his key players another rest. Errol Muric deserves to continue his Carabao Cup run, and Eric Garcia impressed in the last round against Leicester alongside Nicolas Otamendi. It's another good chance for Alexander Zinchenko to get game time. In midfield, Fabian Delph returns from suspension, so will be fresh and may get the chance to impress in his preferred central position. Phil Foden will benefit from his second game in the week at the Etihad, as will Kevin De Bruyne as he continues his return from injury. Leroy Sane was benched for Raheem Sterling against Rotherham, so Guardiola may swap the pair, but otherwise the front three should look the same as the Rotherham game. Choose your City 11 for the match here.